This is your January 2019 reading. I hope you can hear me okay. I know this is late, so bear with me. Okay, I've been shuffling these cards for a while. I pre-shuffle all the cards before each sign. So let's get started. I'm using the top deck right now for you guys. I'm going to try and make it as visible as I possibly can. Okay. So we have Six of Swords, which is called Science in this deck. We have the Aeon. We have, let's see. Victory, which is the Six of Wands in reverse. We have the Empress. Knight of Cups. And lastly, we have Failure, which is Seven of Pentacles or Seven of Coins. At the bottom of your deck, we have the High Priestess in reverse. Okay. Now, Gemini, it looks like you are moving past a very difficult situation in your life. Possibly there's been a lot of discussions, conversations that were had that required you to think things through, to figure things out, to do a bit of damage control. And so that is what has been going on in your environment, right? Now, what you want is the Aeon card. That's like, I believe that's like the world, the Aeon, and that has to do with fully integrating your past, present, and future, right? This is about learning from everything that you've experienced in the past, applying it to the present, and knowing where you'd like to go next. Okay? And this requires a larger view, a wider view, a more advanced level of understanding. It's not just about facts. It's about understanding and integrating wisdom. It's about wisdom. And so all those details and all those facts that you've learned, and this is so interesting. So the idea is you're taking the facts that you've learned, and what are you doing with those facts? Are you putting them to good use? Are you allowing it's not enough, the facts are not enough. You have to understand how they fit together. That is the science of it. That is why it's called the Science card. It's how every single thought fit together to create a belief system. And how has that belief system served you, right? So, well, it looks like it served you well because you have the Aeon card. You've grown so much, and if you compare the person you were with who you are today, it's a much different person who sees things in a much broader way, in a more mature, sophisticated way. Now, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. So it would seem that you don't really feel that way. Maybe there are things in your life that you're not happy with, that you may be even ashamed of. Maybe others are not appreciating you. They are not giving you the accolades you deserve, the pats on the back, right? The appreciation. But understand that every change you make for yourself is for you and you alone. It may benefit others as a kind of side effect, you know, but it is for your development, your growth, your expansion, and you need not pay attention to what you're not getting on the outside. What's important is that you feel it on the inside, and you apparently are not. You're being very hard on yourself. You don't feel victorious for some strange reason. It's possible that you feel you have more growing to do, or a lot more to accomplish. It's possible. These are wands. This is passion. You feel you're not there yet. It's important not to be hard on yourself, and perhaps you will discover that because you have the Empress that's next, and the Empress talks about self-nurturing and creation, and creation comes from that nurturing, right? She is life. She is all that is feminine. She is receptive. There is no aggression in her. There is an understanding of her place in the world and how important and vital it is. There is a sense of dignity to her. She understands her role. She understands her importance. But she doesn't allow that to make her arrogant or feel that she is more important than anyone else. And so that beauty attracts, it attracts help, it attracts admiration, it attracts respect. And she doesn't need to do anything or be anyone other than who she is to attract these things to her. It's possible that you're learning this during this time, Gemini. The advice here is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups, this is the Knight of Cups right here. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, he comes in offering this cup. And look, there's a crab in it. Oh. He's wanting to offer love, support, right? There's a call for softness right now, Gemini, to get out of your head and to be more in tune with how you feel about what you're doing. This Six of Wands here, it should be victory, but you don't feel it. You don't feel that victory. And there's a disconnect between what you have and how you feel about it, and the value it has right now in your life. So there's a need to get in touch with that Empress energy. Take care of yourself. Perhaps you've been working so hard you've forgotten yourself. You've forgotten what you need, and what floats your boat and what makes you happy. You've forgotten what comfort feels like, what support feels like, because you haven't been getting it. The Empress reminds you to support yourself, to feed yourself, to love yourself. Because you are deserving of that love, because you are an Empress. You need not make any apologies for loving yourself. The Knight of Cups is saying that if you offer that love, you will get it back. Offer it. Don't be afraid to offer love. Don't forget your loved ones. Don't get caught up in work, obligations, ambition. Right? Your loved ones are important. Don't let the Six of Wands in reverse make you bitter or resentful. Your last card is failure. That is an incorrect premise. It may feel like failure because you haven't accomplished it yet, because things are tied up. You see, this looks like something that has been tied up. It's in brambles. It's in, you know, what do you call that? Vines. It's entangled. Right? There's a need to get things in order, to get your priorities in order, and what is important to you, and what needs to be done when, and what really just needs to be left alone because it's just not time for it yet. There is no failure. There's a song, a U2 song. It says, "There is no failure here, sweetheart, only when you quit." Right? You're never going to get it done, so there is no such thing as failure. You just keep going. You just keep trying. Right? And at the bottom of your deck, you had the Empress, right? In reverse, which means you're not using your intuition. You're not using that inner voice. You're not listening to it. As a Gemini, as an air sign, air signs tend to be all up in their head. Logic will not serve you now. Logic will not serve you. And the reason why you are not feeling that passion that you've accomplished something, it's because you are all up in your head. And you cannot make sense of why you feel like a failure. Okay? Perhaps you failed to do what you set out to do, but that doesn't mean it's a failure. It's quite possible that things were not done in the right way. That's the Six of Wands in reverse. There is a feeling of maybe disgrace or shame, or you weren't satisfied with the way things were done. Okay? And so there's a disappointment there. But the Knight of Cups, it's saying, reach out. Reach out and be sincere. Be sincere. Don't try to be witty. Don't try to be funny and coy. No. Be sincere. Do it from the heart, not from the head. Don't strategize. Speak from your spirit, and it will be well received. Speak from one spirit to another, not from your head. I am going to pull, you know what, I'm going to pull an energy oracle card for you, Gemini, because I feel like maybe it's been kind of rough, right? This is a rough time for everyone, but your cards look like, honestly, you have a lot to be appreciative of. You've grown a lot. And if you're very objective about it, you will see that you've learned quite a bit about love, about compassion, about sincerity, about doing things from a place of, what do I love? Do I love this? Do I love this? Am I in alignment? There's a term I'm trying to think of. Am I does this speak to me? I mean, is this who I am? Right? And perhaps it wasn't, and so you're feeling like, yeesh, right? It's kind of putting a damper on things. But if you'd like to make amends, if you'd like to not feel this way, first of all, give yourself that compassion that you deserve and say, well, you know what, maybe I'm not happy about it, but I'm not gonna beat myself up over it either, and I'm gonna reach out and touch someone. Gemini. Okay. Oh Lord. Okay, so let's see what we have for you as advice, as encouragement. We have the thinking man. Oh, Gemini. Thinking. Okay, so this card is about clarity, right? Of science. Seeing how things fit together. How did I get here, right? What chain of events brought me here? Well, considering the chain of events, it was inevitable that I would end up here. That's compassionate, right? And then man holding a coin. So there's male energy. Wow, this is a lot of masculine energy. This is what I'm talking about. Gemini, you have to get in touch with your feminine side. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Your feminine side is receptive, non-aggressive. It's very important now that you balance out your masculine and your feminine side. We have a lot of masculinity going on. Sun in Capricorn. We have a blood moon in eclipse in Leo, I believe this weekend. And then we have Venus conjunct Jupiter, which is about what you love, right? If there are things going on with you and a gentleman that where the issue is related to money or work, or even if it's not a man, but this person has maybe a lot of power and they have a lot of, they're very forceful, or they have this strong presence, right? And it is related to money. The cards are suggesting that, one, you are being protected, right? That things are going to be okay with this person. Your money is going to be okay. But what's required here is clear, decisive thinking. Understanding what has led to this moment, what has led to this situation, clearly thinking it through, but then also understanding that it's not just important to have the facts, but it's important to really get in touch with, are you in agreement? Not just because it makes sense, but because it feels right. Because it's something that you want, right? Not everything that is logical is necessarily desirable, right? So, because if you're going to make an investment you better love that investment for it to prosper. It's important. That positive energy has an impact. It really does. Your intention has a lot of power. So the last thing I'm going to do for you, Gemini, yes, you need clarity. And in order to get that clarity, you need to really take some time for yourself and figure out what it is you love. And if you don't love this thing, right, it's going to feel like a failure. You're going to feel like, ugh, I wish I'd waited. That 7 of coins is like, it's not the right time. Is it the right time? You're going to take your time, think it through, consider all the options, read the fine print. There is no need to leap into anything. Okay? Know what you're getting into, and if it aligns with who you are and what you want for yourself. If it's something you can manage. Okay, so we have, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amidst the discomfort. Well, so again, you've done a lot of growth. There's been a lot of discomfort. You had victory in reverse, and you have failure, which is almost the same thing, right? 6 of Swords. You're moving through a difficult situation, understanding how things fit together and what brought you here. And it's allowed you to grow so much. I think this moon is really pointing to how we've grown, how we've matured, how we understand how time works, because Capricorn rules time. It's ruled by Saturn, and Saturn rules time. And how everything is in its proper time, and you cannot rush things through. When you rush things through, you get crap. And the Empress, she is always depicted as, well, usually as being pregnant. And as we all know, it takes 9 months. You rush a baby, you get a premature baby. That is not healthy. Everything takes time, and everything of value, and everything that you want to be beautiful, healthy, prosperous takes time. And we have to respect that. It is the journey that is the reason why we're here. We're not here for instant manifestation, instant gratification. We're here to create one step at a time, to watch things unfold, to bring cooperative components together. All those things are what makes things so much fun and so enjoyable. Right? Look how far I've come. You can't do that if you have instant gratification, if an instant manifestation. Right? So find the value in it. Okay. Thank you, Gemini. That's been your reading. See you again next month. Bye-bye.